what I would like, what I would hope, and what I would advise for the average American citizen, especially if you're from a so-called minority group, you should feel an affiliation and you should feel a solidarity with the people of the global South, because your
Yes.
situation is not, because your situation is not that different. Your situation is not that different. Their countries in the global South, whether it's Latin America, Africa, or Asia, or wherever else, the Muslim world, the Arab world, were colonized. You're being colonized now. Your country's being colonized. This is something that I didn't touch upon when I was talking about how private sector power is no longer nationalistic. Now you are up on the chopping block. America is up on the chopping block, just like everybody else was, just like the global South was. And now the roles are going to be reversed. What we've seen through the up until now, the relationship between the West and the global South, or the global North and the global South, those roles are going to be reversed in the next century. So your country is up for colonization. It's up for neoliberal colonization, corporate colonization, and you're going to be in the same position that we've been in for all this time. That's already happening, and you can see it already happening. And America is going to get more and more isolated. It's going to get more and more vulnerable because of isolation. You know, we were talking about it on a stream the other day, how geopolitically America is in a very advantageous position because it's got oceans on either side. It's untouchable. But what happens when the rest of the world doesn't want to attack you, but they just don't want anything to do with you? And this is what's going to happen to the United States. And as I say, it is already happening now. So the people in the United States, you need to start having the mindset of the same people in the global South. You need to start having the same mindset as the people in Niger, the people in Mali, the people in Burkina Faso. You need to have the same mindset as the people in Venezuela. You have to have the same mindset as the people in the EFF in South Africa. You need to have the same mindset as people in the global South. In other words, those are your brothers and sisters. Those are your compatriots. Those are the people that you should have solidarity with, not with some Democratic Party and not with some Republican Party. Neither one of them cares about you. They serve the interests of the ones who are paying them. So you need to serve, you need to connect yourself and feel a solidarity with people who are going through the same kinds of things as you, and people who have experience going through the kind of things that you're about to go through. You need to connect yourself with the people in Latin America, the people in Africa, the people in the Muslim world, the people in Asia. That's who you need to feel an affiliation with. Stop even thinking about yourself as an American. Stop even thinking about yourself as someone who comes from a so-called country or a so-called civilization. That so-called Western civilization never actually cared about you. So why should you care about it? You should feel an affiliation and a solidarity and a brotherhood and a friendship with people who are in similar conditions as you are, and people who have gone through what you're about to go through, because they can help you if you build those bridges with the global South. I mean, think about this. Think about, for example, the African American community in the United States. They have what I think they have, the last time I checked, they have something like if they were a country, if the African American community in the United States was a country, they would be richer than Canada. They'd be richer than Australia. They would be a major economy. They have something like $1 trillion, over $1 trillion, maybe it's close to $2 trillion. If the African American community in the United States was a country, they would join BRICS. They would apply to join BRICS, and they would be one of the most influential members of BRICS. So you should start thinking about yourself this way. Think about yourself as a country within a country, and support what the global South supports. And the global South and the international community, I hate to even use that word because it's been misused to just mean the West. Yeah. The global consensus. Support what the global consensus supports. Support the interests of the global consensus, the countries of the global South, and consider yourself a part of them. And then we can consider you a part of us. We won't connect you with your country because we know anyway. Everyone in the global South knows that you're actually suffering over there. Everyone knows what the situation is for Black and brown people and for poor people. Everyone knows that when we talk about the West, we're talking about your governments and we're talking about your powerful people. And we know, but here's the thing though. We know it, but I don't know if you know it. That's the problem. We know this about your situation. We know this about your society, but I don't know the extent to which you actually know it, because you're still talking about Democrats and Republicans. Like you haven't gotten the memo that you're being colonized, and there's going to be this colonizer or that colonizer. It doesn't matter. Stop thinking in this way, and you need to start thinking as if you are already, your community, already a member of the global South. That you're already a member of the global South, and think in those terms and act in those terms.